Getting skinny about a minute.
I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. When the jury heard what I done, guilty was the vote. When the judge gave me my sentence, he read it to me cold. Whiskey on his breath, masturbating underneath this robe. Only 21 in prison, doing life without parole. When I had the chance, I should've sold the devil my soul. Hell yeah, I shot the sheriff, left his body full of holes. Now I'm 21 in prison, doing life without parole. We all enter the world the same way, naked and screaming, soaked in blood, but things change. Some are brought home to palaces, others to the projects. Some are born billionaires and some are born convicts. Mama said when life give you lemons, make lemonade. Take a piss in it and serve it to the people that you hate. My pops always said there's only two types, my friend. Those with loaded guns and those who eat shit till they're dead. I miss both of them. One's gone, the other in prison. I hate both of them. The love dies and none are forgiven. I gave both of them enough time to show me their wisdom. I take both of them to hell with me. My soul is convicted as I stand in front of Satan, hoping for answers. Coping with madness, I hold the throne like a social advantage. Never hate your enemies, it affects your judgment. Keep them close, point blank range, and render justice. I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. When the jury heard what I done, guilty was the vote. When the judge gave me my sentence, he read it to me cold. Whiskey on his breath, masturbating underneath this robe. Only 21 in prison, doing life without parole. When I had the chance, I should've sold the devil my soul. Hell yeah, I shot the sheriff, left his body full of holes. Now I'm 21 in prison, doing life without parole. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the defendant's story begins within a childhood of fear and misery. Age 10, witnesses father murdered his own mother. The guilt of a death lingers in his dreams when he slumbers. Even though he was a child, he still felt responsible. Most of his adolescence in and out of mental hospitals. Antisocial, anti-everything, sucked into a system pacified by prescribed medicines. With psychiatrists as father figures, his biological a scumbag sociopath locked in prison. He hated him with all his heart and so he never visited. Though the monster that his pops was also lived in him. Kill a person, you're a murderer. Thousands, you're a terrorist. Everyone, you're the father, but Jesus of Nazareth. Perception is reality, facts are negotiable. I clap the Mac off and put 21 holes in you. I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. When the jury heard what I done, guilty was the vote. When the judge gave me my sentence, he read it to me cold. Whiskey on his breath, masturbating underneath this robe. Only 21 in prison, doing life without parole. When I had the chance, I should've sold the devil my soul. Hell yeah, I shot the sheriff, left his body full of holes. Now I'm 21 in prison, doing life without parole.
Coke, it costs money.
What is up, pimps? It's your boy Cree. Welcome back, guys. Hold on, let me get you some music. We've got some things to talk about, right? Okay, let's see. Bump this shit down. All right.
This is FZ Music.
Okay. You all good? What's up to everybody in the chat? D-Saw, a whole ass D-Saw so far, okay? Replayers will be back. Man, I don't know what happened, but that last stream I did, guys, something happened to the mic settings. I don't know why it sounded like it did. That was terrible. But, man, glad to be back. Glad to see y'all here. I'm off work today. This is my third off day in a row, and so I'm gonna go back to work tomorrow, and then I got the rest of the weekend off. I'm starting my vacation Saturday, so I'll be having the next 5 days after tomorrow. I guess we can go ahead and break down some news, okay? Shit, off the rip. Happy early B-Day to D-Saw. D-Saw, if you're in the chat, let's get some cake emojis out of you, girl. Tomorrow's her B-Day. I think she's turning like 25 or something. Now, they say you're as old as you feel, right? Okay. We gonna live forever. Anyway. She's got her birthday tomorrow. I guess it's safe to say, guys, I told you in the last episode that we're gonna have some big news. Okay? So, we're gonna go ahead and say that we're about to be moving out of this place, guys. Yeah, after this weekend, we're out of here. remember you all was with us in the whole journey back there through the hotel saga over the course of the winter, and we ended up here. Well, we've outstayed our lease agreement, and we're out the door, guys. We got a new place, got the keys the other day. Me and old girl, we went and cleaned up in it today. So we're going to be in a new location within days. I didn't want to count my chickens before they hatched because, you know, I wanted to make sure this was all concrete, dealt with, before I can come to you guys with the new news. So, D-Saw's old ass birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, baby. I got our new house for her birthday. Okay, I did that. Shit, still working, doing good. Car note got flattened. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye, car note. All right, so we're gonna get her a new ride next, right? So it's been a busy week nonetheless. Still not through with it. I'm excited as hell, guys. Did you see what came out today? Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. And the game, whatever. It's been a long time. Shit, if I remember correctly, maybe 15, 16, 17 years ago it first debuted. At the time back then, it was a lifetime ago for me. So to see it finally ported and brought over to like new age systems, it's been long overdue. So now I've got something to do on my downtime, and I'm just gonna play that, okay? Now this isn't my game footage, but you'll get the gist of what I'm dealing with. Aside from all the good news, what's been going on with you all? Shit. Mute that hoe, son. This was like the greatest game alive back then. But how's the mic sound today, guys? Last time it sounded really chalky, dude. Alright, D says she'll be back. So yeah, we have that news. I haven't been really watching anything. Just been working, prepping for all this mess, and then getting prepped up, ready to go. I may fire my game up, guys. Hang on. I'll just sit and hang out and let y'all see that, and I'm gonna play this. Couldn't wait. Oh man, it seems like yesterday I was just playing this, dude. This is so crazy. Oh man, I can't believe it. This is my jam. I'm playing it on the Switch right now. I was gonna get it for PlayStation, but that'll probably be down the road. I wanted something to do with the Switch. I skipped the main game. I went straight into the Undead Nightmare. Well, fuck you, me. Come on. Shit's a little distracted. It's playing in my ear, but yet I'm playing on the Switch.
Unlucky. Slim pickings off the undead.
Damn it.
You can't be serious. Come on.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Help a guy out. Yeah. I hope heaven's better the second time around. I need some help. Use your wisely. Salesman ahead. One foul apocalyptic swoop. There you go. The milk of revenant kindness, no foul.
Scared.
That sure works. You undead abomination. A man can die but twice, 3 times at most.
This way. There we go.
My Excalibur
Got the boy running around with a rifle and shit. I ain't trying to do all that. Yeah, it looks good, sounds good so far. I mean, I've seen videos that they said that this upgrade for the Switch actually looks better in comparison to the old Xbox or PS3 copies. Of course, I don't have nothing to compare it with. I could show you a comparison video, but
This is something I don't want to think about.
shit, man. Maybe I should have warmed up and played the story mode first, because it's been a lifetime ago since I played it.
Folks okay?
Just fantastic. I just saw my daughter get eaten by some creature sent straight from hell. Thanks for asking.
I'm kind of sorry I did.
Sorry, mister. Forgive my wife. We've suffered terribly.
What's going on?
But it's the government's fault.
Ain't it always?
Well, they let in too many foreigners. Just shut the goddamn border, or things like this happen. My daughter was just some satanic demon's lunch because of the goddamn government. I pay my taxes. And usually.
I think we may be moving a little off topic here. I ain't a wise man, but I have done a little traveling.
Hey, DG, what's up,
These
man?
creatures ain't like any foreigners.
We just celebrating.
Thanks for the input, cowpoke. I got flesh-eating monsters feasting on my family, and I'm taking advice about tolerance from a gunslinger.
What y'all want to talk about?
I've come to. And my daddy told me I never should have gotten married.
Are you at work, DG, or
This
what?
is all your fault, you useless man.
Okay, okay.
Not now, Doreen. Not this again.
All right, D-Saw, you got any more hopes and dreams you need
Your daddy was
to
a bully and a drunk.
think about while you're
You
waiting?
ain't no kind of man.
Listen,
We are celebrating the release of the Red Dead
is there
Redemption.
anything I can do to help? You got
And,
any idea of how we can survive?
In fact, we got another house lined up. We're already in the process of moving in.
Ma'am,
D-Saw's birthday is tomorrow.
sir, you're a man of great patience.
Yeah, went and got her hair cut yesterday.
See?
Oh man, you guys, her bear is awesome. She got this bear. What kind of bear did you say it was? It was a Nightmare Before Christmas Build-A-Bear or something. It was the coolest shit I've ever seen. Let's see if we can pull it up, a picture of it.
You one of them, mister?
Let me see.
Do I look like one of them?
Let me pause this. I got this shit right over here.
Made that mistake before, lost half our number.
I ain't one of them, you fool.
Would I be able to Google it,
How do
D-Saw?
I know?
They can't speak.
More like Night Bear Before Christmas.
Kill him. He's one of them.
No, I ain't.
Don't take no chances, Silas.
Have it your way, all right? Listen.
Oh shit.
I ain't coming no closer. You know what's going on?
It's the
Yeah, it was the
glass
coolest thing
eye.
I've ever seen.
Freak with a glass eye. He caused this.
No, it's the snake oil man. These poor folks have been drugged.
Unless that's it, but they put clothes on it. Did you know that, D-Saw? They put clothes on that bear you got, I think.
Some say it's a moon.
Let me see, is
Some
that
say
it?
it's drugs. Hey, don't come no closer now. Stand back.
No, I don't think that's it. Let me see.
Apparently, it's worse in New Austin. Must be where it came from.
It looks like I'm headed down to New Austin.
Okay, I think
What did
that's
you
the one
say?
she got.
Snake oil?
It's the glass eye.
I blame the Mexicans.
Oh,
It's gotta
don't
be,
even
yeah,
tell
because I
me
remember the
you don't
webs
know
on the feet.
nothing.
Yeah.
You always was an ignorant shrew.
It's right
I
over
guess
here, I
your
could-
husband's glad he's dead.
Get it, but
Well, at least my husband never
Let's
took
see if I know.
favors from the Stargate.
Yeah. Tim Burton. Yeah. Did you see it had clothes on it though? Like there's images of it on the thing that has clothes. So
I thought we had it all decided. We was gonna
wonder if I
be
can share
kind
the,
and gentle and pay homage to our leader,
Great share.
who happens to be me.
Sounds like you folks have this all worked out. Have yourself a fine America. And good luck.
We never had that decided. We decided we would hold elections and that I would be leader.
You can't even read.
I've got the image right here. Let me see how to present this.
I mean, folk respect me.
It might
am
be
the
under
new
slides.
king,
Who
Archibald
knows?
Andrews, me. Now pay homage.
Oh, you know what?
What is going on?
It's showing it's there, but yeah, for the most part, man, I'm just hanging out. Getting some dead air in, you know what I mean? Let's see. Yeah, I might have to pull up D-Saws if I got it. Let me see. It's like the images I picked, they won't let it show up on the desktop thing, which I'm sure that means they're probably being, crap on the internet. They won't let you share without permission, basically. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's the actual. Okay. Name it D-Saw Bear. Tim Burton. And then I think, how come we didn't do the audio thing where they put the little recording in it, or? See, it's not letting me freaking. Damn it, this is pissing me off. Once upon a time ago, how did I... Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, D-Saw, we hit our 5-year anniversary today, guys. Ain't that some shit? 5 long years.
Into a word I said.
5-5 on hood. On neighborhood. Ain't that what Crip Mac says? You 5 me? Alright, let's see. Try again, motherfucker. Maybe I think it's the, Yeah. We'll just gut it. We'll cut it open. throw that stuff in there. I don't want to stop the screens to do that, but I guess I could. Yeah, 5 years, man. Where did 5 years go? I mean, I can think of things that's happened that's taken 5 years. Oh, yeah. What, you gonna get the Jake Skellington? Jack Skellington? Is that what it's called?
Hey,
I come in peace, okay?
Seth.
I'm just trying to show this fucking bear
What's going
pic.
on?
Oh, hey there, John.
Okay, yeah.
Fancy
We'll,
game
we'll
of
just... I don't remember how I used to do it on here, but I used to upload images and shit. Because we did like Mars World's pics of his dam.
He's a darn side more loyal now.
Let me see if I have to exit the video. Alright, I'll pause that. Presents. Because it's kind of bugging me, man. The fact it's not showing up in the desktop uploads. How did I do it? I wonder if they changed something. Alright. Yeah, see, it's still not pulling up. I don't know why. That's so insane. Okay. I looked to add an extra camera. What the hell? And then I actually just recently got rid of my other camera, the one I use for the videos, because it just, I don't know, for some reason StreamYard's, it didn't look good. Like they crushed the, and I think it's the StreamYard's stuff. Like it crushed the quality. And the only time I used that camera was when I was streaming to make like unboxing vids or something, because, but again, if you're going to use that on, I'm sure it worked good like on a computer recording, but if, just to use it on any kind of sharing stuff, it crushes the quality. And I just got rid of it. I'm sick of looking at it. I was like, man, hell no.
Ain't you, pal?
What's going on?
We're playing cards. Relax, sit down.
I mean, with the undead walking the face of the earth, you crazy dumb bastard.
I may go live again later.
Ain't nothing? I seen husbands eating wives, mothers eating sons, graves popping open and the undead rising up. It sure as shit is something.
Oh, boo-hoo. Big tough John Marston has scared a little undead creature walking around. Moses wouldn't hurt a fly, would you, darling? Besides, this ain't nothing new.
Folks in Blackwater blaming it on that glass eye you found.
Folks! 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 Damn them folks, John Marston! Damn!
Oh wow, the Don't Get Me Started. 1,500 follows.
After all I've done for
You know why? Because everybody's sick of this shit.
you, Seth. And I thought loyalty was important to you.
Yeah.
You can't hurt me.
Yeah.
Moses, get him. Go!
Yeah,
Get him!
get me, Moses.
Get me,
Looks like
Moses.
your dog's lost his bite, Seth. Now what the hell's going on?
The dead have risen, and a virulent plague is turning people into flesh-eating crazies. What the hell do you think's going on, Jimmy?
But why?
But why? Why? Why not? Why not? Why the hell not?
Because it ain't natural.
Who made you Mother Nature and Mother Superior all at the same time? Who made you, John Marston? Same as made me, same as made Moses.
Is there a cure?
These things tend to fade away. Now, if you want to get rid of it, you should go clear the graveyards. Either that, or stop worrying and become one of them. Now, if you excuse us, we got good times to remember. Happy times.
Okay.
Dude,
See you
this is
soon, they
sharp. I ain't gonna lie. Come on.
Come on, Moses. It's your deal. Diamonds are trumps. Come on.
Go. Easy.
Yeah, we ain't doing all these bears, man. What's this? You ever heard that song, Richmond, North of Richmond? No, is it pretty good, or is it like country, or... Oh, shit. So I thought when they added this added-on package a long time ago, it was like a what-if story, because his son Jack is reading some like monster book, like Halloween Tales or something, you know. And I figured they were just going to paint this thing off as a like a what-if story, like you're living an adventure through him reading a book that doesn't exist. But it turns out that dude Seth, you know, he's a grave robber. And he happened to remove an ancient glass eye that belonged to, it was like cursed. So when he removed the artifact from the cave it was in, they put a curse upon the land where everyone became zombified or whatever. Like the whole town was plagued, so you're actually living as though you're having to go through this ordeal in their real life land. So that kind of explains the what ifs and hows and whats to why we're here in this boat. And hell, as long as the gameplay was solid, I would have just settled on it being like a what if, you know, his son reading a book or something. But no, they wanted to go legit. So, but then later on, John actually, I can't remember when he dies, but he becomes a zombie in this, and you come back as a zombie John. They have the type of horses you unlock. They were the 4 horses of the apocalypse. And so they had famine, plague, death. I can't remember the name of the other one. But they even had a unicorn you unlock. I'm like, wow. This was so long ago. It was so long ago that I have to, it's the jog of memory, like,
Consider yourself cured.
we remember all this. Oh, damn.
This is something I don't want to think about. Come on.
I can't remember if it's all. Yeah, I think you gotta have nothing but headshots in this game. This game really pushes you to, like, every bullet counts as a headshot. There's no fucking around. You gotta. I remember they had like it wasn't like Battle Royale, but it would be like yeah, they called them waves. that was kind of cool. It was like off to the side. You would do like rounds of. They'd probably send like 10 zombies at you at once. So you clear that first wave, and then they would do more and more. And like I can't remember what number wave I got to, but dude, they would get so out of control. Like the waves were so overwhelming. Even if you were like really good and keyed up to doing it, all you could do is just keep running and shooting behind you. Like, that's how dense they got, the waves. I mean, and I would try, dude. I would push just to. Right now, I'm going through like the entryway part of the story of the real fun's gonna happen after I get past this part. This guy here is just doing the, this is some gamers video on YouTube on the stream to let you guys kind of see the action. But I'm actually playing right now this Switch, so... Seems legit. Yeah, kind of like Call of Duty, I guess. Gotta get my bearings for this because it's kind of different than Red Dead 2. Did anyone play the Red Dead Redemption 2? Finally starting to cool off, you know. Fall is upon us, I guess you could say. How's the weather over there, DG, man? Is it getting cooler? Probably much cooler over there than it is here. Which is crazy because it actually stopped being so damn hot like up until like a week ago. Anything before that, it would easily be like 100 something for days on end, dude. I'm talking about it was so hot that the air would be working great, but just since they removed that tree up front, it puts that sun on your house so hard. Yeah, see, 82's tolerable to be working outside in or something, but like I said, when you have the damn, when you have good AC units, and there's probably a couple of like not really well sealed door jams around here, but it's not enough to cripple the damn ordeal. But it just goes to show you when it's that hot, that it cooks the house, and then once it gets nightfall, it takes hours to like cool the house down. I'm so glad that shit's over good. But this new place, they've got a couple trees in the front yard, so that's gonna you know, put some shade on the house so you don't have to work everything so hard. We got new windows over there, I noticed today, because we raised the windows and started doing some cleaning to help out the landlord. And I'm sure since they're new, they've got to be good and sealed. So this past winter we had, guys, was so bad, man. It was like, jeez, I think it got like negative or -1 degree this past winter, and it stayed like that for weeks. Man, we've been having some crazy weather, guys. Hey, DG, you've been hearing about how they have these fake clouds, like the cloud machines and all that? Esau loves talking about that stuff. But yeah, they're saying out there that they can tweak our weather and they can instigate weather patterns. And there's one dude I watch, he's talking about, it rained every day in New York for like 3 months straight. That shit ain't right, blah, blah, blah. I've always been, you know, one to know that, you know, we're having, you know, different polar weather patterns, and the world's getting more populated, and pollution, ozone layer, all that mess. So I do think, you know, some of that has a account to it, but now the aliens, though, they're telling us, yeah, just like that. But no, DSaw found a video that showed actual machines pumping out these fake clouds. Now, I've known since the 70s or 80s, they've had, like how you guys are in the Midwest and you have bad, like, tornadoes. I guess to make a tornado cloud system dissipate, they get these planes to drop like little bits of metal shrapnel in the air in the sky, and it somehow breaks the clouds up to make it where they can't form a tornado. So yeah, I do believe there's like anti-weather things in place. It's not a far-fetched, you know, thing to think about. You know, we are the future. We got micro-technology. We have at this point you can't discredit anything really. But
Well, Seth,
as far as all the like
sorry to
the,
interrupt your party.
Hey, John, come join us. We're having a jig.
I wouldn't
John, have you met Mary Lou?
want to push it in further. Like
Did as
here
you
lately
asked,
though, I've been
cleared out
wanting
the rest
to,
of the graveyard.
or I have been
Doesn't
watching a
seem
lot
to
of
have
like
done much
planetary stuff. That's kind of interesting.
Good? Good? Is Dad good?
You know, we got that big ass star Betelgeuse. He's part of
Stop with your nonsense, you annoying fool.
that constellation that's
What's
out
going
there.
on?
It's supposed to go supernova,
The world's turning,
maybe in
John
our
Marston,
lifetime.
And the moon with it.
That'll be a sight to see.
Day follows night. And hate.
Because when you talk about planetary and space stuff, man, everything's
Guys, you asked for it, Seth.
it's so vast and
You either
expansive.
stop dancing and start
It
talking.
would take
or prepare to
18,000 of our
join Moses and the rest
lifetimes
of
to
these
even get a
pricks.
third of the way of these stars burning out or exploding or something, you know. And
Yes, you do.
yeah,
I'm warning you, Seth.
and
I'm warning you, Jack. I'm warning you.
do you guys remember Hale-Bopp? I remember when I was in 4th grade, there was this comet that got too close to Earth, and they called it Heaven's Gate because it resembled an open door. I'll see if I can pull a video of it, but I very much distinctly remember as a child looking at my back door, and for like a month or two, there was always this comet that hung out in the sky. And it was those people out in California, they did the whole cult suicide thing over because the guy manipulated these people into thinking that there was, let's see, a lot of you people out, a lot of you viewers, y'all wasn't even born yet. Let's look this up. But yeah, I was able to see this with my own eyes. And back then I was so young, I wasn't like, okay, 97. Let's see. We're going to put this shit on pause for a second. We're going to go here. DG, you might have heard about this. But yeah, depending on your, where you were. Now, this looks like you're looking at it from like the bottom. Because I want to say it was like westbound going. Because I remember the way it looked when I'd go out my back door where we're at in the south. It looked like it was going left in the sky to me. So it resembled an open doorway with light shining through it. And this crazy nuts guy.
4 years ago, in April 1957,
They were all wearing Nikes and stuff. Yeah.
Also greeted by a bright comet, Elan-Dremel, the famous spiked comet.
Okay, backstory. This comet happens to get near Earth, okay? And it got stuck in our orbit. Like, you know, we have such a huge sky and planet and the rotation and everything. So this thing was going to be kind of stuck as our neighbor for a little bit, for some weeks. To me, I felt like it was over a month. It seemed like it was that. But,
It was a bright, naked-eye object,
let's see.
and which I may say will never return. It's been thrown out of the solar system permanently. But Hale-Bopp was a great comet. Discovered in July 1995 by 2 Americans, Alan Hale and Thomas Bopp, hence the name. It was then a faint smudge of light in Sagittarius. But it was a long way away, more than 650 million miles from the sun, and you don't normally see comets as far out as that. Therefore, this was a very big comet indeed. It didn't reach perihelion, it's closer to the sun, until April the 1st this year. Before that, last year, we had another bright naked-eye comet, Hyakutake, and it was distinguished by its lovely turquoise blue color. Now, that was, in fact, a small comet, but it came close to the Earth, within 10 million miles of us, and by cometary standards, that's very close indeed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Hale-Bopp, a much bigger comet, didn't
It's
come
like-
within 120
Hey, you know, it's only 120 million miles away, but that's pretty damn close for Earth.
million miles of us. All the same, it was a superb object. At this stage, I'm delighted to welcome back Dr. John Mason. John, first of all, what determines whether or not a comet is going to become really spectacular?
Well, all comet activity, of course, stems from the dirty ball of ice at the heart of the cometary nucleus. The crust cracks, exposing the underlying ice to view, and the gas and dust spurts out as jets through those cracks in the crust. Now, in the case of Halley's Comet, only some 15% of the nucleus surface is active. But in the case of Hale-Bopp, we were dealing with a very, very active comet indeed. And as you can see here, it put out multiple streamers of dust, indicating that the nucleus was very active indeed.
What a pity it didn't come really close to us.
Yes, indeed. Hale-Bopp is intrinsically the brightest comet to have come inside the Earth since the Great Comet of 1577. And if only Hale-Bopp had come as close this year as Hyakutake did last year at its brightest, then Hale-Bopp would have been as bright as the crescent moon. Its tail would have stretched right across the sky, it would have cast shadows at night time, and it would have been visible in broad daylight.
As some past comets have been. Remember the Great Comet of 1811.
Yes, there are some similarities between Hale-Bopp and the Great Comet of...
Now imagine what these people from back in the day used to think. We've angered the gods. Look, they're sending their wrath from the heavens to come get us because, you know, technology hasn't gotten out there yet. I mean, Indians, if they felt like they had a poor seasonal crop thing going on, they feel like it was their fault, you know.
1811. Both were visible with the naked eye for a very long time, on opposite sides of the sun. But then at perihelion, the comet is now well to the north of the sun, not particularly close to the Earth, but well placed, visible in a dark sky. And then the comet moves steadily southwards, it crosses the ecliptic plane on the 5th of May, and then into the southern hemisphere.
Luckily for us, the tails were well presented.
Yes, it's always rather disappointing when, because the orientation of the tails relative to our line of sight is not good, there is a certain amount of foreshortening, and we don't see the tails to best advantage. In the case of Hale-Bopp, of course, we got a magnificent view of the tails. This photograph of the comet, taken on the 20th of March by Rob Bullen, shows the gas and dust tails very clearly. The gas tail is the tail you can see pointing almost upwards there. That consists of gas blown backwards from the head of the comet by the solar wind.
There you go. That goes to show you how young I was and didn't know much. I always thought that when you see a tail of a comet, that's basically it burning off. Like you just, it's gonna put like an illuminating like of the transfer of like the friction, the fire. It's coming off. It's hanging in the atmosphere or near it. But no, these people are explaining that, you know, hey, there's ice being exposed out of the nucleus and it's kind of coming off. So I guess that gives it that type of steady burn. Because when you look at falling stars, they kind of they light up and then go away. They're out, you know. But this thing, it just stayed still, stayed lit. So it must have been a lot of fuel for it.
Excited to fluoresce with a sort of bluish light by the solar ultraviolet radiation. On the right there, you've got the broad curving tail, and that consists of dust grains pushed backwards from the head of the comet by radiation pressure. And because that reflects the sunlight, then the dust tail shines with a yellowish light. Now, the changing appearance of Hale-Bopp's tails was quite apparent due to the varying orientation of the tails and the changing positions of the Earth and the Sun and the comet. And in fact, initially, the gas tail was well presented. Then the angle changed and the dust tail was visible as well as the gas tail quite easily. And then the dust tail swung round in front of the gas tail, more or less hiding it from view. The changing appearance of the tails is well shown in this sequence of 4 views by Martin Moberly. You can see here in this picture taken on the 15th of February, the gas tail is rather narrow on the left there, just visible, and the dust...
Oops.
Tail is really beginning to become prominent. By the 30th of March, the day before perihelion, the gas tail is strongly blue, the dust tail is very bright and obvious, contrasting strongly with it. And by the 9th of April, the iron tail or gas tail is not so easily visible, and the dust tail is swinging round in front of it. And you can see in this view, taken on the 12th of April by Rob Bullen, that the curvature of the dust tail, very, very apparent. And at this time, the tails were swinging anti-clockwise at about 1.5 degrees per day. And of course, in early May, the comet went through the ecliptic plane. It then became much more susceptible to variations in the solar wind, and we then started to get complex structures in the gas tail and even a disconnection event. Now, the other interesting feature in the Das tail were the multiple fine striations or synchronic bands. And you can see here in this picture taken by Martin Mobley on the 17th of March, in the top right of the picture there, you've got these striations in the dust tail. Those are the synchronic bands. They're not so well seen there, but they were very well seen in West's comet of 1976. And you see this magnificent picture, and the synchronic bands are well shown there. And normally, these are only seen in comets that come closer than 75 million kilometres. But in the case of Hale-Bopp, they were visible at twice that distance.
Then Hale-Bopp surprised us all by developing an entirely new kind of tail. It hadn't been seen before.
No, this was an...
Let's see.
Years ago, disciples, those who are trying to prepare themselves for entry into the evolutionary level above human, synonymous with the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven. We're going to talk to you about the most urgent thing that is on our mind, and what we suspect is the most urgent thing on the minds of those who will connect with us. We'll title this tape Planet Earth About to be Recycled.
He didn't even know.
Your only chance.
How are you going to start your tape, your intro, and like on the spot, on the fly, think of your damn intro initiation? It's like, man, get that title out of here.
To evacuate is to leave with us. Planet Earth about to be recycled. Your only chance to survive or evacuate is to leave with us. Now, that's a pretty major statement, pretty bold in terms of religion, in terms of anybody's intelligent thinking. To most people who would consider themselves intelligent beings, they'd say, well, that's absurd. What's all this doomsday stuff? What's all this prophetic stuff? You know, intelligent human beings should realize that everything has their cycle. They have their season. They have their beginning. They have their end. They have cycles. We're not saying that planet Earth is coming to an end. We're saying that planet Earth is about to be refurbished, spaded under, and have another chance to serve as a garden for another human civilization. Now, the reason this is such an interesting time is not only because we're on the threshold of the end of this civilization, because it's about to be recycled, but because of where that finds us, where that finds you, where that finds those who would judge us, how we would speak of on a human form, an adult human form, helped me get in an adult human form in the early 70s, and we together helped those who came with us that were also here 2,000 years ago get in the bodies that they were wearing with their minds. And that's an extraterrestrial. That is the body belonging to a member of the evolutionary level above human, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of God. That can seem...
Now, my question is, does he introduce the Hale-Bopp stuff in this initiation video, or does the whole group get together and they're like, oh, hey, by the way, there's a sign of the heavens coming. I told you guys, I told you.
Then come to me, and my Father will feed me information that can nourish you and help you overcome this world, and we'll leave this world, and we'll go to my Father's kingdom. Remember, we're not talking about a spiritual kingdom. No clouds, no harps, even though we are talking about in the heavens. But
he
the
looks
heavens
like
are
he's
no
on some
more
kind of fucking psychoactive drugs. Look at them eyes, dude.
Spiritual than when you go out at night and look at the heavenly bodies and see them. They are there. They are physical. They even move in spacecrafts. Even my Father's kingdom moves in spacecrafts. You could say, oh my goodness, that's outrageous. Well, you don't like the illustrations of Chariot of Fire? You don't like the illustrations that are in your religion?
I want to know if he researched and referenced to Hale-Bopp's arrival, or did all this happen during his cult thing?
Literature that tells of spacecrafts, of my Father's kingdom, cloud of light. They didn't know what else to call it. Even when they saw angels that they said had wings, how else can they say? They might as well said they fly. They didn't necessarily mean that feathers on their back. It could mean that they came in a flying object, and they came out of that flying object, and that Jesus, when they saw him ascend, he went up into that cloud of light. Now, I'm not trying to make a deal out of a piece of transportation. But a craft belonging to the level above human is much more than a piece of transportation. It is a workstation. It is a place of service to the level above human. These that are...
But it requires you to leave your mortal body of eternity. Like, no, dude, you couldn't convince me unless you told me I can take my physical body and go into these crafts, and then we're going to leave and go. No, you're not going to make me be convinced that what you're speaking of could be real or not, La La Land, gobbledygook, but then, like, I got to kill myself first to prove in the spiritual realm. I can't come back and go, hey, guys, he's telling the truth. That right there
they're
should be a red
leaving
flag.
this kingdom level to go with the belonging to the next level and go into service as a...
Maybe if the internet existed really well back then, like it does now, this wouldn't have even happened.
crew member working for the next level. A second type of individual that can be salvaged, nothing but a stepping stone. Anyone who wants to stay in the human kingdom and make it some sort of divinity is looking to some spurious messiah. Males, no children, no families other than your relationship with God, your Lord. Your Lord is whichever member of his kingdom he has given to you, assigned to you as your helper, your instructor, your teacher. This is so simple that it sounds unreal. It's like it would be easier to accept if it were more spiritual, if it were more complicated, if it had more ritual with
Let me
it,
find this other guy.
or more
I like to watch
trappings
this space
of
stuff.
religion.
This dude's just, man, I'm appalled. Astro. I guess it's Boy or something. I can't remember the dude. He's got some really good videos. Yeah, it's him. Let's see. These are old shorts, but that's his channel. Astro Kobe. That's what it's called. Let's see. This is the stuff I like to watch because this dude's kind of got some nice illustrations and shit. Let me see. Wait. Oh, yes, they're going to talk about Beetlejuice. Okay, now, they're going to explain this a lot better than I. Alright, peep this out.
Beetlejuice is set to go supernova extremely soon, and when it does, it will shine as bright as the full moon in our sky, and you will even be able to see it during the day.
Shit.
I guarantee you have seen Beetlejuice before. It is that extremely bright star with the red color that you can spot as the shoulder of the constellation Orion. Over the last few centuries,
What's up,
astronomers
Brian?
have been watching as Betelgeuse regularly brightens and dims in a strange manner. In 2019, we watched as it shot a huge amount of its surface out into space, creating a dust cloud that obscured our view of Betelgeuse. This variation in brightness happens every 400 days or so, and new research has just come out predicting Betelgeuse is in the end stages of its life, meaning it will go supernova much sooner than we thought. Now, the star itself is drastically different to our Sun. Located just 650 light years away from Earth, this star is a mere baby, on a cosmic scale of course. Betelgeuse is just 10 million years old, and when you compare that to the 5 billion year age of our Sun, you start to understand just how young it really is. Now, despite being so young, Betelgeuse is nearly 1,000 times wider than our Sun. If we replaced the Sun with it, it would stretch all the way out to Jupiter. So if Betelgeuse is so young, why do we think it's already nearing the end of its life? Well, Betelgeuse has already run out of hydrogen fuel in its core. You see, stars actually work by fusing lighter elements like hydrogen and helium into the heavier elements inside of their cores. This converts a little bit of matter from those lighter elements into energy, producing the heat and light we get from stars. But there's only so much fuel a star can have. Our Sun has been working hard, fusing elements together for the last 5 billion years, and the hydrogen in its core won't run out for another 5 billion years or so. But Betelgeuse, on the other hand, was just born to be really massive. It is thought that Betelgeuse was once at least 10 times more massive than the Sun. These kinds of stars are really bright and hot, causing it to run out of hydrogen sooner. and at this point, the star expands into a red giant. And this is what we see with Betelgeuse now. It is currently a red giant, fusing carbon into the heavier elements, and the new research suggests that this carbon supply is getting smaller.
That goes to show you how amazing the universe is. Just by the condition of a star, what form it's in, we can actually date back through time, how old or how long this thing's been around.
Once it runs out, it will take just around 6 months to finally go supernova. In the autumn of 1604, the German astronomer Johannes Kepler gazed outside and noticed something strange. He spotted a star that wasn't there previously. This strange star appeared to be weirdly bright, far brighter than the other stars he could see. And so he did what all good astronomers do. He wrote down his observations in a book and published it. The book was named De Stella Nova, meaning about a new star in Latin. Kepler believed he watched a new star being born, when in reality, he had watched a star's explosive death. And that's where the name comes from, supernova. This supernova was 30 times more distant from Earth than Betelgeuse, so you can only imagine the kind of beauty we will see once Betelgeuse finally does go supernova. As a star comes to the end of its life and it's running out of fuel, a ball of iron begins to form in its heart. This iron ball is around 3,000 kilometers wide, at which point it weighs 1.4 times the mass of our sun. And here's where something special happens. The protons in the iron absorb the electrons, forming neutrons, and this causes the core to collapse from 3,000 kilometers wide to just 30 kilometers wide in a few seconds. This leaves behind a neutron star and a stunning nebula of stellar debris. The new paper, which has caught everyone's eye, which I have linked down below, essentially looks at how Betelgeuse is brightening and dimming over time. They found 4 unique patterns that Betelgeuse appears to be going through. And remember earlier how I said stars are fusing elements together in their core, creating new elements? Well, this is actually what is causing these variations in brightness. The pressure of energy being released from a star is constantly fighting with gravity, causing the star to kind of pulsate. This is what we observe, and by modeling these pulsations, we can get an idea of what stage Betelgeuse is at in its life cycle. And it's these models that tell us that Betelgeuse is currently fusing carbon into heavier elements.
Here we go, guys!
Using hydrogen as fuel. If this is the case, Betelgeuse will go supernova in your lifetime, sometime in the next few decades. And I know that sounds like a long time still, but you need to remember that previous predictions had Betelgeuse going supernova in 10 to 100,000 years. So this is a really big jump. When Betelgeuse does finally go supernova, it will be brighter than an entire galaxy. To us on Earth, it will be as bright as a half moon. We will even be able to see it during the day. Over the following year or so, we would continue to see it brightly shining throughout the day, and it would take a few more years to finally fade away completely. Orion will sadly be missing its left shoulder. Animals here on Earth actually use the moon as navigation, something I'm actually covering in my next video that I'm filming right now over in New Zealand. But with Betelgeuse going supernova, we would expect some wildlife to be confused by the new bright light. Neutrinos from the supernova will reach Earth around a day in advance, so we will be able to get ready and watch as the supernova occurs in real time, seeing the death of our friend Betelgeuse. It would truly be one of the most special moments in all of human history. Us humans have actually been observing these phenomena for thousands of years now, and soon enough it may be your turn. An event like this should occur once or twice every century throughout our galaxy, and more often than not, they don't occur close enough to us for a clear view. Nearly 1,000 years ago, on July 4th in the year 1054, Chinese astronomers famously documented seeing what they called a guest star. Native American petroglyphs also documented seeing this new star appear at the same time. The supernova was bright enough to be seen during the day for more than 20 days and slowly dimmed away over the following 2 years. We now know that they were watching a supernova taking place. They were actually watching the formation of the very famous Crab Nebula. And I know what you're thinking. If Betelgeuse is just a few hundred light years away from us and it's about to go supernova, are we safe? Like, will the explosion hit Earth? Supernovae do pose a real threat to life here on Earth. During their explosions, they release cosmic rays that cause our atmosphere to lose part of its ozone layer, allowing more of this harmful radiation to reach the ground, causing issues for life here on Earth. Now, fortunately, Betelgeuse is far enough away to not cause any major issues. It may cause some damage to the ozone layer, resulting in a small increase in radiation for us here on Earth, but it's nothing to be worried about. For a supernova to cause us serious problems here on Earth, it would have to be within 150 light years. And this is actually what we think happened 2.6 million years ago. A mass extinction event that wiped out a third of all marine megafauna on Earth. Any supernova closer than 30 light years would cause major issues for us here on Earth, causing our ozone to reduce by half over hundreds or even thousands of years. This is capable of causing an extinction.
Hey, that's probably what happened to dinosaurs, man. Maybe instead of a comet hitting us, maybe one of these stars nearby exploded. It took thousands of years to reach us, the light and everything, and the damage and the havoc on its way. Maybe it reduced our ozone layer to a much, because our ozone used to be very dense back when the dinos were walking around, right? Well, for the air to change, the atmosphere, that probably had something to do with it. Who knows? And that probably killed them off. They couldn't breathe.
Event. Now, fortunately, something like this is extremely rare.
Yeah.
It should only occur every billion years or so. For now, though, we are safe. The closest Type 1a supernova candidate is IK Pegasi, a star 150 light years away. So don't lose sleep over supernovae. If anything, you should be excited, because at least in theory, you will get to witness the explosion of Betelgeuse, something that is a truly once-in-a-lifetime event.
Now, in this video, he talked about, oh, it's going to happen, but it's probably going to happen in the next 1,000 years or something. Of course, we all won't be around to see it. But there was another video, they said that they got more news detailing that this thing could happen in the next 40 to 60 years. Or, no, I think it was 20. And I'm like, surely, hopefully, I'll be allowed 20 more years. So that'd be quite a sight to see. Shit, with the way everything's getting all crazy in the world nowadays, I wouldn't be surprised if people use this to their advantage to trick the populace into another generation of dilemmas and dramas, or maybe this will be quote-unquote Christ's return. I don't know. You know, they always say, keep your eyes on the heavens. The answer is always around you. Yeah. I just wanted to go live a little bit today, guys, and celebrate all the cool life stuff going on, and especially check out this Red Dead, you know, let you guys kind of see it, and for the ones that did catch it or didn't, you know, it is back. It is back, guys, in full swing, so you're going to be seeing a lot more YouTube videos and that, gamers, speed running and whatnot. I'm probably going to get off here and play this. I may or may not go live again in the next few hours, but I'm just killing some time. Yeah. Now, when he said that, I think there was another video that came behind it that said they can pretty much prove if Betelgeuse exploded, it probably already did. It's just the light and stuff hasn't reached us yet because it's so far away. And even that could take 20 more Earth years for us to just have it happen as an anomaly, you know. Yeah, so it should. Very good. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close it off here and do some stuff around the house, take a little break, just check in, let you all know what's been going on. Starting vacation next week. That's gonna be nice. Never had that happen before. But we'll let you know how the new house goes and updates on that. We still got this weekend to go. I guess that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out, watching. We'll see y'all in a little bit. Otherwise, enjoy yourselves. Have a good evening. I'm about to get out of here. I love you all. Peace.